Yarbrough. Coach, congratulations on the win tonight over Louisiana College. It was probably one you're expecting to get, but it is the first one of the year. You get things rolling in the right direction, and there are some bright spots. You take a look at the stat sheet tonight. Couple of guys, including Antonio Benton, who probably a career night for Antonio, would be for anybody to go perfect from the floor and pick up a double-double tonight.
Well, it's a great night to get a win. I thought we had a nice little crowd and before going to the holidays, and good to have Antonio back.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of positives right there. And Antonio's missed basically the last 3 weeks, and with a shoulder injury, and then we got him back. I think it was yesterday. We were working on some full court stuff. He laid out to get an interception on the press and landed on his shoulder again. I said, well, here we go. But right now we've got a lot of depth, and we're using it, and we're trying to use it. I thought we might press a little bit more tonight, but I liked our man-to-man defense so much. I just didn't want to give them any, possible momentum. I thought the press could be good and tiring them out and getting some things, but I was afraid if we rotated back to zone or even man-to-man, we might be a little bit soft and give up a three-pointer or two. And they're a team kind of like us. They're playing the schedule like we did a week ago. They're traveling around the country, around the Southeast, not quite as far as we did, but they're trying to make their little tour, and we wore them down pretty well. So a good first win and a lot of positive stats, and other than maybe the beginning of the second half, pretty complete night for us.
A couple of guys talked about career nights, but also handling the basketball and dishing it out. 25 assists tonight. There are very few greedy guys on this basketball team. They're willing to distribute the basketball, hand it off, and let other guys who might be in better position do the work. And I know at times you can have teams that don't quite have that dynamic. This year it seems like you've got it.
Well, we talk a lot about the 20s. We'd like to get to the line 20 times. We'd like to get 20 assists. We'd like to create 20 turnovers. I don't know that maybe that's a little ambitious on our part, but it's a good goal. It's kind of something they can keep in their heads. For the most part, I thought we just let the ball find the open man. We're trusting each other pretty well. I thought we could have had a couple of more, but it's good to see. And, we only get one other game like this year, Spring Hill, after the Christmas break, before we get into league play, right before. So it's going to be an important game, sort of like this one, a transitional game into league play. This is the kind of game where you can find yourself making those good passes and having some success, and much better than just practicing it against each other. And I'll tell you, a junior rushing coach team is always going to be good. I thought we were having a contest to see who was going to run the most set plays in this game. They'd call something, we'd call something, and we just overpowered them a little bit. But they came out with a lot of guts in the second half, and for about 6 minutes really confounded us. I had to call the first time out, which I wasn't too happy about. But our guys, 3 or 4 plays later, starting with great defense by Roosevelt Johnson, started the momentum right back again, and the defense produced for us. And we talked about that all week long. Let's have the defense produce something for you: a stop, a bad shot, a deflection, a steal, a turnover, and a rebound at the end. They're a really hard-nosed group. They may be a little inconspicuous looking, but he's got a nice group. I think he'll be very competitive this year. But these games are important for us. This week, this was all we had. We got the win. Next week becomes the next thing to focus on, nothing else. La Tech on the road, SEMO at home, and hopefully we'll have some crowds for that game before exams. But a big week for us. We're going to have to prep well, play well. La Tech's going to be very motivated to get us back from a year ago. That said, I think we'll be very motivated as well, and I think very hungry to get our second win of the year. I think it'll be a heck of a battle.
Well, you've got 8 days until that game against Louisiana Tech. Thanksgiving coming up.
Yep.
Finally a chance after this week plus here, 4 games to start the season, to catch your breath.
Yeah.
And at 1-3, and to start moving in that direction. I know it was something, I want to go back to what you had told the guys, and you said also at Wisconsin in the post-game press conference. Yeah, it's 3 big games very quickly in the season, but it's only a small portion of the season.
90% of our games still in front of us after that week was over. And that's a very important point. We've got most of our basketball, 26 games still ahead of us. 14 we're on the road, 12 at home, and you know, we have to see the big picture of what we're trying to accomplish. There were some real positives in those 3 losses, but how we handled the Marquette game and let it get away from us in the last 5 minutes, not because we wanted to, but because we're still learning how to play and let the system protect us a little bit. I think when Dre gets completely comfortable, I think Jeff Ricard's becoming comfortable very quickly. As he gets more and more acclimated to our defensive and offensive schemes, he moves so well with and without the ball. He sees the game. He's a really terrific get for us. We're so happy and pleased he's with us. And Dre's a very good player too. But Dre's just kind of battling between freelancing or what do I do this possession. Sometimes he looks great. Sometimes he looks a little bit confounded. And it's my job to help him get there. But, you know, a lot of good contributions tonight. Antonio Beck was very good. Good to have him back. And, you know, as you said, the rest comes at a good time. I remember back in 1996 with College of Charleston, we upset Arizona State. We upset Stanford. We played Kentucky in the finals of the Great Alaskan Shootout. Getting beat pretty bad. One of the only 2 losses we had that year. A team that would go on to win 29 games comes home a few days later and plays a Division II school. We win by 4 and hang on for our lives. So when you come off that long week, and you come off a kind of a tiring, emotional week, trying to press and push yourself hard, you can come in here a little flat. And other than those first few minutes, I thought we did a really nice job. And on 4 days of kind of recovering and getting prepared for the next game, you know, obviously we won in a convincing fashion. We'll work out tomorrow. We'll take Thanksgiving off. Hopefully spend some time with our friends and family, and then come back Friday, Saturday, and start pointing to that week, start getting ourselves better, and ease on into this season as well. You know, then it's a big week, and then exams, and then a single game at North Texas, and then Florida right after that. A single week with only ULM, and then a week after that, North Texas at Florida, and then Christmas break. So interesting kind of mix right here in the next 3 or 4 weeks, but a good one for us where we can play, regroup, and learn, and keep getting ready for conference play in those important 18 games, January, February, and March.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win. Hope the holidays are great and event-free.
Yeah.
And we'll see you back here at the University Center. December 1st is that next home game against Southeast Missouri, 4 o'clock tip-off.
Likewise, I appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate you guys pushing on dinner coming up December 4th, and I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving, enjoying all the little things, especially our friends and our family.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.